Homai merchant. And this is my mother, Mrs. MeherBabaLibrary merchant. We first came to know about Baba in round about 1932 or so. But mummy had to go many times and she could not contact Baba. But finally one day she met Baba at Bariya Kaka's place. And since then, off and on, whenever he used to come to Bombay, we used to visit him. My mother cannot speak English, that is why I will just translate whatever she says in Gujarati. હવે તમે બોલો થોડો. આગળ લઈ જાઓ.
એક દિવસ હું મારી ફ્રેન્ડને મળવા ગઈ. તે બારિયા કાકાના ઘરની પાસે જ રહેતી હતી.
One day she went to see a friend of hers and who was staying next to Bariya Kaka. So there she saw Baba standing on the gallery. So her friend said that see, he's Meher Baba, Sadguru Meher Baba. He was known as Sadguru Meher Baba that time. And he comes from Ahmednagar and he's staying with these people for a few days, then he'll go back. And my cousin told me that he has some spiritual powers, so I'm just going to take my sister to him so that he may cure. So ultimately the sister would not go, but she herself went, and then Baba asked her to feed that sister a rose every day. But it so happened that they could not get a rose even for a rupee. So they again went there and asked Baba as to what they should do. So he said, let it be now. And ever since that time, we knew as to what Baba was. Then off and on when he used to come, Mrs. Kartrak used to send us the message that he has come to Bombay, and we would go and see Baba. At times, Mr. Dada Chandji used to come and inform us as to Baba was in Bombay or not. And then he would also bring some messages for us, and we would send some message for Baba. Even in difficulty also we would consult Baba, and he would send some word or sometimes a letter, and Chandji used to write to us off and on. And whenever he was in Bombay, he would drop in. Then my brother was to be operated for appendix, but Baba said he should not be operated. But an emergency arose and he had to be operated. That is one order that we broke. We could not carry it out because according to the doctors, it was to be operated. Now I'll just tell you about my mother, as how she used to go and meet Baba, because she was so very much attracted to Baba that as soon as she heard, she wanted to go and have Baba's darshan. But my grandmother was against and she would not allow. That is why under some pretext or the other, she would go and have Baba's darshan, and then after coming back, she will just undress and be at home. And whenever she was asked as to when did you come, she said, I came long ago. I was here in the house only. And the funny thing was that they never suspected anything and they never came to know about of it. And they would not flare up also. Otherwise, if she was late by 5-10 minutes also, more than what was expected, then they would start questioning, actually. But then she wondered as to every time I go to Baba, I can escape like that. But only when Baba was there, and when she went and saw Baba, that time only. So that way, gradually, we had more and more faith. And we knew that Baba was something. Whenever Chanji used to come, I used to discuss with him so many things. Then I would ask him as to why Baba was doing this or that, and why he was giving such orders to such people and like that. So every time he came, I would just talk with him or discuss with him. Then one day he said, "You yourself come and see Baba." So that was the first time in 1942, I think, I went to Baba. And I thought that I would ask him so many questions and this and that. But I had taken one of my servants. So Bharia Kaka said that she will not be allowed to go to Baba. But when I went there, Chanji said, "No, you also come. If Baba allows you, then you can see Baba." So Baba was very, very pleased because she was a very good soul. And Baba said that she has got a very nice soul, and she worked for so many people and all that, and he was very pleased with her. But the things that I wanted to ask, I could not ask Baba. I was just dumbfounded. I just kept on staring at him. At Meherabad, in that Nalli Banglima, Baba used to say that we should not go to any other master because their ways of working are different from his, and then it would be very difficult for him to bring us back to the level he wants us to. Now I'll tell you as to how I became a homeopath. Formerly, I never liked to study. But when Baba had come to Bombay and we had been there for his darshan, he casually inquired as to what I was doing. So Mummy said that now she is interested in homeopathy, and she is attending the lectures every Saturday, Sunday. And up to that time, I was not having a single book of homeopathy. I used to read from my friends' books and study from their books or copy out. But then when Baba asked, and he advised my mother that why don't you allow her to go? It is a nice occupation, and I started studying ever since then. And I used to read till 2 or 3 in the night, which I could not, because as soon as I would open a book, I would go to sleep. But by Baba's grace, I could study, and then I got a job, and I got myself registered, and I'm practicing as a homeopath now. After studying, Baba wanted me to work and serve the suffering humanity. And ever since then, I am practicing as a homeopath. When Baba had been to Madras, and when he gave his darshan there, we had been there, I and my mother, and a few of our friends also. And there I had seen Baba's face so very radiant, and I cannot even explain as to what I found there, because the darshan given there were unique. And the dais on which Baba had to sit had been erected on a sort of a platform type, and it was a 7-headed cobra, and the coils of the cobra were decorated with roses and silver in between. And the view that to see Baba in that light was something that I had never seen. And after that also I have never seen Baba like that. My mother was very keen that I should get married. So when I had been to Baba, Baba just asked me as to why I was not getting married. So I said I did not like, because my mother had suffered a lot. And within 3.5 years or so, she was a widow. So what was the use of getting married and all that? So I did not like. And then he said, if you do not like, then you need not marry. My mother had been to Bangalore, and after having Baba's darshan, she just wanted to know whether Baba's hair was real or not. So she just touched the hair. So other people who were standing besides Baba, they were furious, they did not like. But Baba just gestured and said, let her do. And then she was very happy about it, that Baba allowed her. Once when Mummy went for Baba's darshan at Bombay, she was very desperate, and she had just thought about telling Baba everything regarding herself, as to how she used to suffer and what mishaps she had to face and all that. So she just said that as soon as I see Baba, I will tell everything. But when she went to Baba, she forgot completely everything. Then Baba also asked her as to what is wrong with you. So she just thought as to what is wrong with me. And that time she could not say anything. So she just said that there is pain in my heel. And Baba also laughed, and then he just gave her a rose petal to eat. And then she felt at ease, and she felt much better. And she completely forgot. And then after coming back, she thought that I had thought of telling him all these things, and I forgot completely in his presence.
After all these years of being with Baba, what have you learned?
We learn that we must take whatever comes our way and leave everything to Baba, because he knows what is best for us, and he'll do the needful. Jai Baba.
જો 50 વર્ષ અગાઉ આ હમણાં જેટલું શીખી તેટલું હું શીખી હોત એને સમજણ પડી હોત તો મેં આટલું બધું સફર કીધું નહીં હોત. પણ હવે છે ને દિલ બધું તૂટી જ ગયું.
My mother just said that after 50 years, she comes to realize that if she had met Baba 50 years ago, and if she had understood Baba the way she understands him now, then she would not have suffered to such an extent, and she would have taken it easy, and everything would have been eased for her. That is what she says. Jai Baba. Jai Baba.